Lucian ban, Ribbon ban. Ooh, Ribbon ban's interesting from C9. Thresh ban, also kind of interesting. I guess Ole is pretty dependent on Thresh. He hasn't been that great on other champs. Silas ban. I think C9 is the best Silas team in NA, so definitely understand the Silas ban. And also, blue team flexes are really powerful. Blue team double flexes are super fucking powerful. Israel. And Cassio ban. Another flex for C9 that they play in multiple lanes. Let's see what they first pick. First picking All-Star. Okay. Yeah. I actually thought I would see a lot more of this, but teams have been first picking Galio instead of All-Star. And with Silas gone, first pick All-Star is a lot more safer too. Blabber versus Sven. Who do I think is better? Sven. My boy Sven. And then Callista Jace. Callista Jace, these are very aggressive, like, hey, we want a 1-3-1, like, we're gonna win this game our way kind of draft. This is a very Korean draft. I was super surprised Golden Guardians drafted this way compared to how they've been doing. C9 replying with Tristana versus Callista, a very standard reply. Rek'Sai early. And LeBlanc too. So when you ban LeBlanc, Lissandra is definitely one of the things you ban. Lissandra does extremely well versus LeBlanc. You don't like how GGS revealed their game plan in the first rotation. The moment they pick Jace, some of their game plan is already revealed. I do think LeBlanc this early is kind of weird, and they should have taken the support here. I don't understand why they wouldn't take the support here and fifth pick the mid laner. So Zoe and Lissandra to cover the LeBlanc. I don't think Zoe's necessarily covering for the LeBlanc. Zoe's more so a good pick that Nifty picks. Oh, Kench. Kencher is actually really good. I like the Kencher. They're definitely a 1-3-1 comp with the Kench. And Ornn. So Cloud9 going for a full-on team fight when they pick Ornn. Ornn, All-Star, Tristana. This is a full-on team fight comp. Ori blind. Or actually it's not Ori blind, Ori into LeBlanc. Holy shit, all these picks are just very much, we're gonna lose lane, but be fine later on. So GGS comp is actually, I would say, a very European comp. Jace, LeBlanc, Elise, Jace, LeBlanc, Elise are all very much European champions. These are champs that are not very played in NA, even in Korea to a certain degree, especially LeBlanc, but that are played so much in Europe. So they're gonna need to play side lanes really well. They're gonna need to pressure really well. It's not a style that GGS has It's not a style that GGS has shown proficiency with before, but still very surprised to see them actually play it and let's see if they can do well with it. Reaper said the first 3 picks from GGS are early games, so they have to go for a team fight comp. Yeah, they have to match it differently, or they have to pick a champion that can beat Jace later. But yeah, instead of trying to fight fire with fire, they're going, hey, we're going to do a team fight comp. So I talked to Licorice a little bit about the draft, and one thing that he said was, even though we have losing matchups, because we have a Rek'Sai, we don't feel like they can really pressure us that hard. Because Rek'Sai is a jungler that's really great at ganking laners that are overextended. So if Haunter's trying to pressure the Ornn much as possible, Haunter's actually going to suffer a lot due to Rek'Sai being able to come in and knock him up and get a lot of shit going. Hannah Montana taught me, if you fight fire with fire, you make a bigger fire. Why did he go Klepto Jace? Like, he farms the tank but gets outscaled with Conquerors. You gets outscaled without Conquerors? I mean, you get outscaled anyways in this teamfight comp. Haunter's gonna get outscaled anyways. Kalista Kench definitely can do ridiculous over the wall stuff. Kalista Kench is one of the most frustrating lanes to play versus. I actually love that Golden Guardians is playing this style. It's something I want NA teams to do, win or lose, because it'll make NA as a region better, and it'll make Golden Guardians better, and it'll make other teams that play versus Golden Guardians to kind of have to account for this style that Golden Guardians can play, and also be very much aware, hey, Golden Guardians are able to play this style, and we need to watch out. I think this kind of thing is really good for NA and really good to see, like this kind of development. Teams this week always pick Kench. Why is that? Kench is a really great support to pick versus another melee champion, and also Kench is good in 1-3-1, and I think teams are opening up to 1-3-1 a little bit more. But does GGS have the players for this style? Initially, I thought they didn't, especially for mid lane. But Froggen LeBlanc has been good, and overall, like Haunter has been a good carry player in the past. Oof, that 2v2 was brutal. Sneaky actually misplays really heavily here. Let's talk about this. So they get the kill on Oatley. Definitely barely lives. A little bit of damage on Blabber. Froggen coming in with level 6. Starting with chain, that's correct. Good wall, good Q. Froggen low. Contract's able to get the reverse kill. If Sneaky was going to jump on Contracts, he had to jump on Contracts right here. I don't know why he waited. If he was going to jump on him, he had to jump on him straight away. And another thing is, this one, Sneaky probably thought Froggen was, this one was the clone, and this one was the real one. So Froggen did a really good job of faking him out. And Froggen replying and actually being able to kill Sneaky. Oof. Blabber was shouting, you can kill them. Oof. Yeah, that last jump. If he was going to go for the kill, he had to go for it earlier. Yeah, he had to jump earlier if he was going to go. Only 5 CS differential for Ornn and Jace is really good for Ornn. Yeah, Ornn is going to be much better champion mid game, and the fact that Jace isn't able to build that big of a lead. I guess he has Klepto, and that's somewhat of a lead building, and he also has Cult, so that's another way that lead is building. A lot of passive gold incomes. Oof. Careful there, Contracts. Jace has one plating, and yeah, Klepto and Call. That's where a lot of their, where Haunter's gold lead is gonna come from. Is Froggen a top 5 mid after this weekend? He's definitely getting there, and he's definitely pushing it. Mono Brown, thank you so much for the Twitch Prime sub. I thought Froggen would be a one-dimensional mid, and that's the kind of Froggen that we saw in the earlier weeks, but Froggen definitely showing depth and display this weekend. It's hard to just say, like, straight up, oh, Froggen isn't a one-dimensional mid. Or it's hard to say right now that Froggen is a top 5 mid, but he's definitely getting there, and him showing variance in his play and him showing ugh, that was bad. That dive. They could have even double killed, yeah, and Froggen coming in and cleaning up. That dive was so overforced. It's like Froggen suddenly woke up. Let's see if he stays awake. Yeah, let's see if he stays awake. Who's better than Froggen at this point? Niski, Bjerg, Jensen for sure. Niski, Jensen, Bjerg. Potentially Crown. Potentially Power Beeble, but not much actually. Blabber with bad calls and Zazel following. I know Reaper did like a review, and Blabber does seem really overly aggressive to try to get the ganks off. It's a Kalista Kench lane. It's just so much harder than normally other lanes. Froggen is showing more depth than Power Beeble, so maybe we have to say Froggen over Power Beeble. He might be top 5. Blabber does not seem aggressive. No, he definitely seems aggressive. I mean, he's playing Rek'Sai, and he's going for the Zyve boss side. Unless Sneaky or Zazo's forcing it, I definitely do think Blabber looks aggressive here. I feel like Froggen is the best performing member on GGS. This weekend maybe, but it's been Haunter. Normally it's been Haunter. Rift Herald, not before 14 minutes, but still a good Rift Herald nonetheless. We're playing with Air Drake from boss side, as Contracts is taking Rift Herald and using it. Then Guardians actually up pretty decent amount. Guardians are where they need to be. It's so hard to fucking gank Kench Kalista lane. Kench ate the leaf and Kalista ulted the Kench and then threw him out. One thing that's really worrying for Golden Guardians is the only thing they really got with picking Jace is some plating, gold from Call, and Rift Herald. They didn't get anything else from the Jace versus Ornn matchup, so I don't think they got enough out of that matchup. And they're playing towards the bot side, right? Cloud9's playing heavily towards bot side with Rek'Sai Alistar, and that's putting a lot of pressure onto Golden Guardians. Why aren't they making the reverse plays top side? Especially when you have an Elise and a Jace. Elise does AP damage, Jace does AD damage, so most likely the top tank builds armor, right? And it allows Elise to be able to gank top side and play around top side. But if you're getting like smashed this hard bot side, I think it was really important for them to do something around top. Kalista Kench is a lane that should win or go even and be flexible in 1-3-1 situations. But due to the mistakes that Ole made early and them getting caught out, they didn't really get a lead and they were the ones actually behind and they had to fight for control. Losing mid turret also. Then C9 just wrecking them in terms of taking turrets. Playing around the Tristana well, taking bottom turret, taking 2 bottom turrets, taking mid turret. And while they did take top turret in return, as an early game team like GGS, when you pick all these early game champions, you don't want the team fighting team to be able to take turrets like this. How would I rank the current NA LCS supports? Core JJ, Zazo, Smoothie. Rest, I'm not sure. Rest aren't bad, but rest are just in a big clump. But Core JJ, Zazo, Smoothie is my top 3. Nothing personal, GGS sneaky emote. Oh, GGS just isn't getting anything. Or trading evenly. If you're gonna trade evenly versus this teamfight comp, it's so bad. You can't trade evenly. You cannot trade evenly versus a teamfight comp and feel like you're doing fine. There's about 1k gold separating C9 and Golden Guardians, or more accurately 1.7k gold, or up to even 2k gold. But C9 has 3 dragons and a better scaling comp. While GGS can try to deny the teamfight win condition in teamfights and outscaling by split pushing properly and being able to get turrets, I don't think they're ever going to have enough split push pressure to really make it work. What puts Zazo ahead? His shot calling and his mechanic. I think in terms of mechanics, Zazo is the best support. As I say that, he makes the mistake and he gets caught out. But yeah, I think mechanically, Zazo is the best support. Fucking caster curse. Fighting in this corner, not what GGS wants to do. But longer and longer the game goes, and if GGS can't find a way to split push properly and really keep Jace in a side lane and threaten turrets, it's not going to work out. This is what I mean by Jace versus like a Ryze. Like a Ryze in a side lane is able to smash anyone down and take turrets. So yes, technically Zazo is a better split pusher, but Ryze scales really well and is able to take turrets. So Ryze ends up being better than other split pushers in solo queue or in NA. Oh my god, I mistakenly said solo queue instead of LCS. And not the greatest shockwave this game, but macro is what it's important. Jace needs to split push so much. He just needs to split push so much. But it's hard to split push versus Ornn and a Rek'Sai that can collapse on you. If one of his only goal and one of his only things he's trying to do is split push. But being forced to group, C9 doing much better job of forcing them to team fight. Remember what we talked about? Holy shit, what am I about to say? Remember when we talked about GGS versus TSM? Not GGS versus TSM versus Echo Fox? How the teamfight team has to play around Baron and not make mistakes and force the other team into them. Like C9 does such a good job of that compared to what Echo Fox did. Golden Guardians, when they're clumped like this and they're not actually split pushing, they just can't win. They're not going to be able to win the team fight. And Hunter grouping is one of the worst things for them, and they're actually grouping. Hunter grouping is literally one of the worst things that Golden Guardians can do, and Hunter's constantly forced to group to try to fight for prio. Can Jace 1v1 Ornn? Not at this point. I don't think Jace is able to kill the Ornn or really pressure him. Jace with... It's really hard for Jace to kill the Ornn, and also if Rek'Sai is ever near the Ornn and Jace makes a mistake, then Jace just instantly dies. Oof. We talked about bad Orioles, but here's a great one. Ornn coming in. Alistar from the back. Ori getting a good ult. How did Alistar even warp around the whole time? Oh, okay, when they're going for this, that's how he wrapped around. Righteous Glory and wrapping around. W on Froggen. RQ, double knock up. Belief getting caught out. Yikes. They finally got what they needed. Baron was at least dead. This is such an overchase. Oh my god, this is such an overchase. Losing 2 members. Losing 2 members when you have Baron up, or when you have Baron buff. It gives Guardians a slight way back into the game, but it's still not problematic. They're still going to have Baron on enough people where they can split 2 lanes hopefully, and this shouldn't be that bad. Sneaky and Nifty went to push top instead of helping team. I think they should have just reset after Baron. That would have been the mistake that I would have said. Now playing for bot is 5. Even without Baron, because they have Tristana, they're actually able to get stuff. Oh. Playing for Elder. Holding the choke. Alistar went for a row. Oh, wait. Let me rewatch this fight. Let me see how C9 sets up. Yeah, Alistar hid, looking for the flank. Oh man, such a good hiding spot by Alistar. Alistar hiding. Push the Elise in, flash Q. Now Elise in such a shitty spot. Takes 1 person out of the fight already. Damn. Such a good job. Oh, the way C9 plays these fights, they're actually so good. Wow. Damn. C9 is one of the... C9, the way they team fight is correct like 99% of the time. Or, okay, 99 is way too high, but we're going to just look at some of the fights they took, and I'll explain to you guys why it's so good. So, why this fight is so good is they're forcing GGS into a choke. They're forcing GGS to come into this choke, and Alistar is hiding here. and Ollie's able to get a great flank onto them, like any kind of angle. So just the way this fight is playing out is a picture perfect fight from C9. Comes in, All-Star headbutts Elise out, Q flash, knocks her up, Elise in such a shitty spot. Great play. Fucking beautiful. So, and then let's look at another one of the fights, the one before Baron. How they're able to set up for the Baron play here. Look at Zeyzal. I want you guys to look at Zeyzal and look at how this fight starts. Is it a little bit after this? Should be a little bit after. Yeah. So look at this fight. Zeyzal's waiting here. He's waiting here to get this wraparound when they're going for that wave. They're doing it perfectly. Like everyone's in the vicinity and they're doing it perfectly. And let's see it go. Getting the wraparound with Righteous Glory. Going on the right targets. It's just such a well done engage and all 5 people are involved. C9's so good about all 5 people fighting together. Yeah, I mean, C9 team fighting, one of the best in the league. At least how they set up team fights are definitely the best in the league. Just extremely, extremely well played.